It is a responsibility. There is an accountability here, which we have to deliver. So still I feel that I'm a worker, not the president. She has given me this responsibility. First, let me deliver Karnataka to Madam.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Well, I'm with a person today who has earned many titles. Well, I remember much earlier in my days of reporting that we used to call him the Tiger of Satanur for the aggressive way he used to fight elections and win it too. And then he is known now to be one of the most powerful politicians in Karnataka, the backbone of the Congress, Karnataka Congress, as well as the Congress party itself. And as time passed, he is turned out to be the troubleshooter for the Congress party across the country. Any problem, you see that Mr. D.K. Shivkumar is the first person that the Congress party sees to call to try and resort to resolve issues. Well, I'm joined by Mr. D.K. Shivkumar himself today at the print, but he dons a new role, and this is of the Congress chief of Karnataka. I did hear him say in one of his interviews that it is not a powerful role as much as a new responsibility. How do you look at taking up steps ahead? Because you're taking over the party as the president at a time when the morale is extremely low. You've had some, the performance in the Lok Sabha elections was something that the Congress party has been hit hard by. You lost your coalition government. How do you look at renewing the Congress in Karnataka?
See, throughout my life, when Rajuji picked up in 1985, from that day till today, I have been with the challenges. Challenges are the and important issues are coming before me in all part of time. So the Congress party is imposing a lot of trust in me. I know that the morale of the Congress worker in the state after losing a coalition government and losing a very big number in the parliament except my brother's seat. But still the cadres are there. Congress party in Karnataka has its own base. We might have lost with our own weaknesses. There are some good strength in this Congress party in Karnataka and there are the weaknesses. But ultimately, to keep the morale of the party cadres very high, we have to work out. And I am on the job.
How are you doing that? Because at every level, be it when you saw the elections going, a lot of them shifting sides, a lot of the Congress workers feeling that when you lost the election, when the state elections with Mr. Siddaramaiah as the chief minister, you lost the elections, that you created the coalition. But then there was a lot of tussle between the JDS and the Congress workers as well, because they were forced to get together and work. That has eroded the confidence of a lot of workers at the ground level. So how do you plan to bring it up?
No, I don't think that there was a big confusion there. With some leaders, definitely there was some ego problem to be worked. They wanted to settle their own scores. But we all had to work together because the national interest is very much important. We had to come out with a secular outlook, and our leaders, about 19 leaders of this country, joined hands. They wanted a coalition set up. This is the coalition era. Either it is in the BJP or in the Congress leading the front. We have to work with the coalition era in the national level. So we had to work. But now that has gone now. Now we have to build our own party to have our own strength with our own commitment, whatever we have. So we are looking forward to work individually now.
What is your strategy? Because as you take over, are you going to be starting at the grassroots level itself?
I believe in one thing. Congress, we have to make this party a cadre-based party. No more this party has to be a mass-based party. So I'm looking at, I know the Kerala model, I know the West Bengal model, I know the Assam model and all. But as far as Karnataka is concerned, the southern states have a different political. It is very high costly to conduct an elections here with any political party. but still we should make here this state as a cadre-based party. And definitely I believe that I have my own model for myself, being one for the 7 consecutive term in the assembly. So definitely I think I have already convinced my senior leaders about the present setup. So we will convert this into a cadre-based party. How far I will be successful is a different material, but I have confidence all my leaders will all work together. I believe in collective leadership. Though I am the president of the party, I don't want to sell only my face. So all the faces have to be sold and put into the people's mind. All our visions has to be placed on record. So I want to make this as a cadre-based party.
You make a very interesting point, saying from mass-based to cadre-based party. Yes, there was a huge mass following for the Congress, but you've seen that over the years in elections that people's mass support has decreased. Is that why? And also the BJP has been largely successful because they've been a cadre-based party. Is this a lesson learned from that party that you're trying to implement?
No, it is not that. See, there is an RSS cadre, which they never pose themselves to be a political angle. But here, see, they have a lot of institutions. I know in Karnataka itself, they have a lot of institutions. They have this RSS cadre. They build from the children level. So they involve in various social activities, not identifying them the politics. They put this Hindu agenda, Hindu Rashtra, all these things are there. So they are trying to attract the younger generation. But Congress party, we never tried on that agenda, bringing even the younger children from the age of 6 to 10, going to shakas, RSS shakas. So they build from them, they put the ideology, and they try to convert them as the karikatras of the RSS. And later they have been turned into the BJP. We have to also take a small leaf out of them and convert our people, because we have a big history of ourselves. We thought that our history will definitely help us. Now the days have gone. No one looks at the history. They look at what is present, what is future.
And that also needs to be seen in terms of identifying youngsters, more people to join the cadre. A lot of them, there's been a massive shift because of the leadership in the center, where they feel that there is a need. If it's a strong leader, then you can shift base. Do you feel the lack of a strong center leadership in the Congress party that is causing also this kind of people not trusting the Congress as much?
No. As far as Congress party is concerned, the Gandhi family is the biggest strength of the party. I always say that when the Congress is united, country is united. And Gandhi family can only keep this party be united. Earlier we have tried at Sitaram Kesri time, at Narsimha Rao time. We all went, begged Srimati Sonia Gandhi. She was not in a position to take over. We all requested her. She came. She took up the leadership in the difficult times when the party was almost sinking. And she could give us a 10 years government. I think nowhere in this world, with this largest democracy, any leader, when Abdul Kalam was being offered, called her to take over the prime ministership, she denied, and she gave an opportunity to an economist. This is the culture of the Gandhi family. This is the strength of the Gandhi family. And an economist, one more, Manmohan Singh was being made the prime minister of this country for 10 years. With this legacy, with this history, that is what our party has a very big, strong strength behind us is the Gandhi family. And don't need any more leaders at present point of time in this generation.
But do you think Priyanka Gandhi needs to take a bigger role, a bigger responsibility in the party? We've seen a lot of criticism against Rahul Gandhi as of now. It was also a part of the election campaigning that took place. Do you think she needs to take a bigger role?
No, see, I'm telling you, Rahul Gandhi would have become anything. He would have become the Prime Minister, he could have become the Minister for 10 years, he would have taken up any role. He was only interested in the political system. He wanted to bring major change. See, this is what has happened. The media and lot of other political leaders, they tried to posture him. But his sincerity, I am telling you, his commitment, no one can question. He has all the potential to be a leader. About his commitment. But one thing is that he never tried to deviate things. He never tried to politicalize things. It's very clear. But in other political parties, they do politics. He never do politics. He's a very straight man. Being so straight itself has become his weakness. He just comes to his point. That's all. So what more you need is his contribution. See, in the last parliament election, I'm telling you, he toured the entire country. Entire country, he made the party to be united. He worked hard. Even all the states, even in Karnataka itself, when elections were being going, 3 months, he toured every district. What more a Congress president can do? One bigger thing, one small weakness within us is there were so many leaders in our party. Who were ministers, who had got very responsibility. They never shared the responsibility, I am telling you. They should have taken the responsibility of various segments, various districts, who enjoyed power. Only Gandhi family would have done that. They did their hard work. Others could not do it. This is the small weakness what we had. What I feel personally, this is my personal opinion. If they would have joined hands with him, taken up the responsibility, taking 2 constituencies, 3 constituencies. See, they were ministers. I don't like to blame them. I don't know what is the internal problems which they could not do it. They tried to, all our leaders tried to focus on their individual consciences, not on the state whichever they belong. This created a problem to us. So the youth, the Mahila, the education policy, right to education, all these things which was being in the backed by a constitution, and in case of minorities, the percentage which was being given to them, the rights given to them, I am telling you, we did not market well ourselves. This is also one of our important weakness. BJP, without doing anything, see, I am telling you, when Prime Minister was being projected, Modi ji, I was a power minister. Just about 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer or 5 kilometer on some channel that was being projected like anything in the country and the world. You come to Pavgada, you go to Pavgada, 15,000 acres of land without acquiring a single acre, having an alliance and a partnership with the farmer. The farmer himself is a landowner till today. He is getting 25,000 for his barren land. His land was 50,000 rupees an acre. Now he is getting 25,000 an acre. We have converted into an entire solar park, the world's biggest solar park, with 2,000 megawatt at one place. But we did not market ours. We did not market it. Now, after I came down, now BJP visited, the entire world leaders came there, saw that. They have written in their documents that yes, this is the magic what Karnataka minister could do. So like that, we have failed in marketing ourselves. So we are at national level also, I think we have failed marketing. We never spent on this. We thought that we believed the people of this country. They have an eyes, they have an ear, they will look at. But only marketing has played a very major role.
Your timing couldn't have been any right when it came to announcing the special package for the migrant workers, the 1 crore check that you said that you would give, something that was emulated by the central government soon after, but reflected very well and was very well appreciated. What made you think of that, to come up with a special package for the migrants at that point of time?
No, see, I could see Karnataka. I had already warned the Chief Minister, requested him. you please, because while going to Gulbarga and Nagpur, they used to collect double the fees. About more than 10, 15 people, workers came to me asking for 1,500 rupees. Normally it was about 500 rupees. 3 times they was charging. Immediately I called my media friends and my party. I just request them, release that you have to give them free. Otherwise you tell them I am going to bear the bill. I requested them. But still he did not do. Then the only option was that to pay there. I took a decision. I discussed with my senior leaders, including my leader of the opposition. They agreed to it. You take your own call on this. Then immediately I took an action and presented a check to them. Immediately before doing that, I just consulted even my senior leaders. I informed Raoji also on this. This is the plan of action I'm going to do. Then he said, go, okay. He gave his consent to it. With the consent of his central leadership only, I had to take a call on this.
But apart from getting a good name for yourself and for the party, what else has this particular incident helped the party gain?
See, they are not the migrants. They are the nation builders. They have built this modern India. They are working across the country. Since they could not get employment in their own place, still their lands are not fertile. Since the economic condition in their own villages could not improve, they are going outside. As such, lot of people from the year, they are going to different part of the world and working. There is also a big number in that. Big number who are capable or not. But they may not be so well educated, but still their contribution, their time, their energy, their sweat is very much important. So we have to respect them. First we should try to respect them. We can't treat them as the laborers. They are not the laborers. We should look them on humanity. Issues has to be looked at. So we thought that okay, we should respect them. So we gave a call on in our state. I requested the Chief Minister. There are who have been, for example, cab drivers, the barbers, the washermen, the fishermen, cobblers, like all these things, even the priest at the temples, all these sections who have been basically traditionally having their own professions. Though they are not educated, but they have not left their profession. Without their professions, you can't be happy in the society. So we asked them, we identify this section and asked them for 10,000 rupees per this one. Then the state government, then Madam also requested for 7,500 rupees per them. We, in Karnataka, we asked for 10,000 per them. Then ultimately state government announced of some 5,000. Till not even 1 rupee could not. Only after our request, it has not. So all these sections were neglected, and including the farmers. They never went to the farmers. Farmers was ready to give free. They wanted us to take away. They were not getting what even they spent for plucking them out. So we had to go. My brother has to go. Ultimately, we had to buy. You will not believe, more than 100 crores of vegetables and fruits have been purchased by our workers throughout the state. Then we brought the prices to one level. I have met the farmers. Then the government decided, and they gave some small order that our officers should go. But not even a single place the government has purchased that, nor made them a proper marketing facility to them, or given them a minimum support price. The farmers are in a very distressed position in this state. So like this, we have tried to convey a message to the farmers, giving them moral strength to these laborers, whatever may be.
The Chief Minister, Mr. Yediyurappa, announces a 1,610 crore package and again, it comes down to marketing. You all did not market yourselves well enough, and the credit now goes to the BJP that they have done it. Does it hurt?
You don't know the ground reality. Not even a single rupee has reached anyone till today. Not even a single rupee. I can take a bet. Not even 1,000 of them, whatever he has announced for 1,600 crores. I have just got all information. You see yesterday in Vijay Karnataka, you see them. They are asking 500 rupees to give a certificate. Is that? Not even a single fellow has not got as on today. This is backlashing. They doesn't know how to handle the situation. They doesn't know how to take advantage of the situation. They doesn't know how to help the situation. This government doesn't have an ear, nor an eyes, or an heart. Heart means this heart to help the people. These three also they doesn't have. People are just waiting for an opportunity. They will throw them out.
Lakhs of people standing there trying to go home. You've seen that they have no water, no food. They're trying to go. Trains have opened up, but then there were certain decisions that were made, U-turns that were made in the decisions. First you allow the trains, then you cancel the trains, then you allow them after public pressure and political pressure. In terms of pandemic control, as the Congress party, what do you think should the Congress party do as a good opposition at this time? What should be the strategy to handle the COVID situation?
See, we have cautioned the government, we have given them ideas, we have met them, we have personally, but they are doing on their own style.
What are the ideas? Let us know more about it as to what are the strategies that can be implemented.
See, it is a very simple way. 1,600 crores has been announced. 5,000 rupees has been announced. To give a cab driver, or to give a barber, or to give a washerman, what rocket science you need? You have village accountants, you have teachers, you have Anganwadi workers who are on the villages. They will go, they will visit, they will take a photograph of them. Their shops are there. How many people are working in the villages? No one. See, they have maintained their professions. No other fellow can take it. Have a photograph of them, give them check. Their voter ID is there. Their other IDs are there. You just take them. No other one can tell that I am a barber or not driver. Every driver has a driving license. Everyone has a badge. Who has a vehicle? He has a vehicle. In which vehicle? You don't need rocket science from them. If they want to do something, they can do. If you doesn't want to give, if you want to postpone it, you can do it. See, they wanted to give food kits. Food kits. About 3 lakh from the corporation, 4 lakh from the labor department. 7 lakhs, I think I was told, in Bangalore. If they had given food kits to these migrant laborers and money to them, why would have they gone? They all gave to the BJP workers.
Coming to Chief Ministership, you are being projected as the next face possibly of the Congress to lead as a Chief Ministerial candidate for Karnataka. But there's been a lot of changes that we have seen since the IT raids, and then you went and spent some time back in jail. Because I know when I listened to your interviews and you were talking about, it was a very emotional moment for you. But today, as we speak, I see a very different you, a different person. There was a change. There's a renewed DK Shiv Kumar. What made those changes?
No, experience, I think one thing I would make to clear, I have not done anything wrong. I had not done also anything wrong. It's all a political game, political vendetta which went on. You know the history of the background behind that. But still, my loyalty to the Gandhi family, to the Congress party is there. They respected me. They gave me strength. They gave not me the strength, the entire country the strength, because they didn't let down a party, sincere worker. That is enough for me. And they have confidence in all of us. We have to deliver. We have to give them strength. We have to build a party. I will do it. I believe in collective leadership. I don't want to be the CM face or anything. I am not least bothered about it. If I am destined, my party will decide. My aim is only to bring the Congress party to power. All of us together, all of us join together. I believe joining together is the beginning. Thinking together is the progress. Working together is the success. I believe in that. We'll all work together for the success.
You came out and you made a very emotional statement. I'm a new man. Even when you went to Bombay, to Mumbai, to try and bring back the Congress MLAs, you stood there and made a very emotional appeal. It came from your heart. When you said you're a new man, what is this new avatar of DK Shivakumar that people will get to see?
No, new man, see, relating between ourselves is very much important. See, I believe I have already, after taking over as the party president, I have conveyed to my worker that the voice of the worker should be the voice of the president. I don't want my opinion to be their opinion. I want their opinion to be my opinion. Workers' opinion. Ultimately, they workers are the people who is going to fight in the streets, who is going to fight in the booths. It is they have to identify a leader. They have to identify a leader. I want all the booth presidents or the booth representatives to tell who their leader should be, who their MLA should be, who their party block president should be. If you make that effective, our party is head.
Your especially in North Karnataka, it's a little tricky at this point of time. You've had Ramesh Jarkhioli shifting sides and people going to the other party. But at the same time, personally, let me ask you something, sir. And this is a very personal question. Your family you were very hurt when your family was called for questioning. You were very hurt when they went in the middle of the night and questioned. You were questioned for hours together by the ED. Do you still fear those kind of raids to come and possibly to try and break you down like it did?
Oh, still there are a lot of options before them. They are doing their best. I know what all they are doing. Yediyurappa has given permission for a CBI, where CBI to question me on my assets and liabilities, which already there is a ACB here, already there is a Lokayukta here. The law Advocate General tells that you can't do that. But still on the same issues, income tax one side, economic offence court one side, ED one side, CBI one side. Still they are doing, let them do their best. If I am wrong, if I am this one, I am ready to face all those things.
Have you come out stronger from jail?
No, see, I am telling you, before going also mentally I had prepared myself. Coming out also I have been mentally prepared. Tomorrow also I am prepared.
What did you think inside? What was that? And there's a new look to you also. And I remember in one of the interviews you're talking about the reason behind this beard. This is not a beard because of COVID and the barbers are not available. There's a very specific reason why you've also changed your look.
No, see, I have to remember every day who has given this beard. I have to remember this beard. I have to present a gift. Lot of people are looking at me. Lot of workers are looking at me. Lot of common men have prayed for me. They have went, they have requested, so many temples visited, they have fought. You could see when I was being arrested, when I was in jail, more than 1 lakh of people walked from Baswannagudi to the Freedom Park. Without any vehicle, without any call, without any leader, just they walked. You could see thousands of people coming to Delhi, protesting all over the state. They love what they have given to me. I have to repay them back. I can't give them anything. The love, the confidence, what they had in me. I have to repay them back. I have to be stronger to them. I have to serve them in whatever the capacity I have got. I have to serve them. That is making me strong. That confidence is making me strong.
So there's a renewed confidence, there's a renewed avatar, and there's a new role. As you take over as the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee President, is there a new belief and a new trust in the party itself? And what do you have to tell the young workers or those who would like to come now and see a renewed Congress party? What is that you would like to tell them? Kind of a message that you would like to tell them?
See, this is not a position for me. I don't think that this is a president post is a big position for me. It is a responsibility. There is an accountability here, which we have to deliver. So still I feel that I'm a worker, not the president. As a worker, I may be head of a team of workers, that's all. I feel that still I'm a worker of a party. Work with the workers, then be a president.
Roni Swami in Bengaluru for The Print.